The internet was meant to be a place of connection, of learning, of opportunity. But in the shadows of cyberspace, a new breed of predator has emerged. One that doesn't need to lurk in dark alleys or break into homes. Instead, they prey on their victims through screens, through messages, through trust, and their targets, children. In the past year, a shocking report from the Internet Watch Foundation, IWF, has revealed a terrifying reality. Children as young as 11 years old in the UK are being targeted by organized sextortion gangs. These criminals aren't just looking to exploit innocent kids for money, they're destroying lives, forcing children into silence, and driving some to tragic ends. How does sextortion work? Sextortion is a calculated and ruthless crime. It starts simply, an innocent message from someone pretending to be a friend, a classmate, or even a well-known influencer. Sometimes they pose as young girls or boys, pretending to be the same age as their target. Their goal, to gain the trust of the victim. Once they've built that trust, they manipulate, pressure, and deceive their victims into sending an intimate photo or video. It might seem harmless at first, maybe just a shirtless picture or a private moment shared in secrecy. But the second that image is sent, the nightmare begins. The friendly messages turn into threats. The criminals now hold a digital weapon over the child's head. They demand more photos, more videos, each more explicit than the last. And if the victim refuses, they're told that their image will be sent to their family, their friends, their teachers, and many children trapped in fear comply. In UK, according to the IWF, the number of children under 17 targeted by sextortion has skyrocketed. In 2024 alone, 1,142 reports of sextortion were processed, which is a 44% increase from the previous year. Among these cases, children as young as 11 were confirmed victims. Teen boys are now being targeted just as much as girls. This isn't just a random crime by isolated predators, this is organized, calculated, and growing. Why are sextortion cases rising? The internet has given predators unlimited access to children. Social media apps like Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram allow strangers to message kids directly. Gaming platforms with chat functions let criminals pretend to be fellow players. AI deepfake technology allows predators to fake identities, using altered photos and voices to appear real. Even worse, these criminals are getting smarter and more ruthless. Some don't just demand money or more photos, they threaten to frame children for crimes they never committed. In one chilling new trend, sextortionists tell their victims they will report them to the police if they don't comply, accusing them of being predators themselves. Imagine being 11, 12, or 13 years old and being told that if you don't send another picture, your parents will think you're a criminal. The psychological warfare these predators use is horrifying. The devastating consequences. Sextortion isn't just an online crime. The psychological toll it takes on victims is catastrophic. Some children have suffered severe depression, anxiety, and PTSD after being targeted. Others have been forced to change schools out of fear and humiliation. And in the worst cases, some victims have taken their own lives. One tragic example was 15-year-old Canadian teen Amanda Todd, who was targeted by an online predator. After being blackmailed, bullied, and harassed for years, she ended her life in 2012. Her story should have been a warning, but the crime has only grown worse. Who's behind these crimes? Authorities have uncovered that many sextortion gangs aren't just lone predators, they're organized international crime rings. Many operate from foreign countries, making it harder for law enforcement to track them. Some use automated bots to send mass messages, trapping multiple victims at once. Others operate in dark web marketplaces, selling explicit content of children for cryptocurrency, and because the crime is digital, catching the criminals is a massive challenge. How are authorities fighting back? In response to this crisis, the UK has been ramping up efforts to stop sextortion. The Internet Watch Foundation, IWF, and the NSPCC have created tools like Report Remove, which allows children to flag and delete their images before they spread. Police have launched sting operations to track down perpetrators, but many remain hidden behind anonymous accounts and VPNs. Social media companies have been pressured to improve security, but many platforms still fail to protect minors. Law enforcement agencies are working tirelessly, but the crime continues to grow. How to protect children from sextortion. This crime thrives in secrecy. The biggest weapon against it? Awareness. Here's what parents and guardians need to know. Talk to kids about online safety. Make sure they understand the dangers of sharing private images, even with someone they trust. Encourage open communication. Children should know that if they ever feel threatened, they can ask for help without shame or fear. Teach them how to spot fake profiles. If someone seems too friendly, too eager, or asks for private pictures early on, it's a red flag. Use privacy settings. Ensure that social media accounts are private and that kids can't be messaged by strangers. Report threats immediately. If a child is targeted, report it to law enforcement and platforms like the IWF's Report Remove. Sextortion is one of the fastest growing online crimes in the world, and right now, it's children who are paying the price. The predators behind these crimes aren't just seeking money, they're seeking power. They want to control, manipulate, and destroy lives. But awareness is the first step in fighting back. The fight against sextortion must continue. By exposing their tactics, by teaching children how to stay safe, and by pressuring tech companies and governments to act, we can stop these criminals before more lives are ruined. The internet should be a place for learning, for connection, for growth, not for fear. But until real action is taken, children will continue to be hunted, trapped, and blackmailed in the dark corners of the digital world. And that is a reality we cannot accept.